Good afternoon, Dr. Cassidy, Derek Owens II. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a graduating senior from Rock Hill, South Carolina. I study political science. And this is my final presentation on what does it mean to be American? Multicultural America. The United States is religiously, culturally, and ethnically diverse due to Native Americans always being in the country, European immigration, as well as African American slavery. Many people consider the United States to be a melting pot because all the different cultures intermingling, coming together. But many people also call it a tossed salad because, it's still mixed together, but people still follow their own cultures and do cultural things that represent where they're from. The red convertible is one of the three pieces I used. It's a short story by Louise Erdrich, published in 1984. It's about Henry and Lyman. They're two Native American brothers from North Dakota. And they collectively purchased this red convertible. After purchasing this car, the older brother Henry is deployed to Vietnam. While he's there, he ends up being a POW for 6 years. And so got deployed, POW, ended up having a bad case of PTSD. He was a POW for 6 years. Whenever he got back home, things were just kind of off. He really just sat in front of the TV. He got on his brother, he gave his brother a hard time for not taking good care of the car while he was away. So then his younger brother, Lyman, kind of thought of a way to bring his brother back to where he was. So he suggested that Henry works on the car, just trying to bring back the olden days. One day they go to this nature site close to their home. They're talking. Things are kind of getting back to normal. And Henry tries to jump over a river. He ends up drowning. And so I got this quote from there. My boots are feeling. I feel like this quote has multiple meanings because he was drowning, and then his boots, he was in the military. And deeper into the story, at the end of the story, as his brother drowns, Lyman kind of just lets the car roll off the cliff into the water also with his brother. I consider this a type of symbolism because it kind of connected the brothers. The car connected the brothers. Lyman loved his brother and did not want to keep the red convertible because it would remind him of his brother and their relationship before and after the war. All right, so a poem I used, We Are Americans Now. We Are Americans Now. It's by Marilyn Chen. She was born in Hong Kong and raised in Portland, Oregon. I'm going to read the poem. Today in hazy San Francisco, I face seaward, toward China, a giant begonia, pink, fragrant, bitten. By verdigris and insects, I sing her a blue song. Even a Chinese girl gets the blues. Her reticence is black and blue. Let's sing about extinct Bengal tigers, about giant pandas. Ling Ling loves Zing Zing, yet we will not mate. We are not impotent, we are important. We blame the environment, we blame the zoo. We shall plant for the future. Bamboo, sassafras, coconut palms, no. Legumes, wheat, maize, old swine, to milk and new. We are Americans now, we live in the tundra. Of the logical, a sea of cities, a wood of cars, farewell, my ancestors. Hirsute, Taoists, failed scholars, farewell. My wet nurse who feared and loathed the Catholics, who called out, hide your daughters, lock your doors. So two quotes in this poem that kind of just made me think were, today in hazy San Francisco, I face seaward toward China. I can just kind of imagine a young Chinese immigrant girl looking out into the Pacific Ocean towards where she's from. A blues song, even a Chinese girl gets the blues. Even though she might not have really understood the blues music. She could probably had similar feelings to the music because blues music is blue. It makes you feel blue. And then the final quote, "We are Americans now. We live in the tundra." She's kind of comparing America to just like a cold place to live. The tundra is very cold, so she might be saying like America has like a cold heart type of connection. And the final story I'll use was "Their Eyes Were Watching God" by Zora Neale Hurston, published in 1937. This story is probably my favorite story we've read this semester, just because she went through a lot. Her grandmother married Janie off to a farmer for security. Come to find out, he just wanted to marry her so she could work hard with him. He had her working in the fields daily, doing tiresome work, and just treated her like a slave. She ended up leaving this husband and came into contact with another man. He ended up being the mayor in Eatonville, Florida. He just wanted her to be a trophy wife. Never let her talk. He didn't take suggestions from the people in the community. And so as he got older and got sick, they just kind of spread it apart. He didn't respect her at all. And then she came across her third husband, and they loved each other. The relationship was very nice at the beginning, but as things went on, there was some jealousy things going on. He was 12 years younger than her, and then eventually in that story, a hurricane came, and he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave the area because he just wanted to keep making money. He worked out in the fields. He just wanted to keep making the money. The hurricane came. That's why I have this picture of this hurricane right here. And then while they were trying to evade the hurricane, he got bit by a rabid dog. And the rabid dog kind of has like some symbolism of hate. But I have these quotes right here. "The wind came back with triple fury and put out the light for the last time. They sat in company with the others in the other shanties, their eyes straining against crude walls in their souls, asking if he meant to measure their puny might against his. They seemed to be staring at the dark, but their eyes were watching God." So at the end, they say their eyes were watching God. I think that means there was a possibility they were going to be dying because of the hurricane. Then I have this quote, "The sickness to her was worse than the storm." So after he got bit by the dog, he got very aggressive due to the rabies. And she thought him having rabies was much more worse than the hurricane that hit their home. He ended up dying. Well, he actually didn't even end up dying. Well, he died either way, but she ended up having to shoot him because he just got too aggressive with her and the effect of the rabies. These works are notable because someone will always be able to relate to these stories and this poem in different ways. Majority of people know someone with some type of PTSD. Young immigrants adjust all the time, as well as the Janie in the story. Their eyes were watching God, excuse me. She struggles with trying to find herself because she's having all these issues with these men that she is forced to marry, thought she loved, and it all started when her grandmother married her off. Writers from different backgrounds bring perspective to their literary works because everyone goes through something different in life. That concludes my final presentation. Thank you.